My name is Rashidi Clenance, A.A.O. Rash on the rhythm. This beautiful view in the background is a Christian State bypass. I got Charles Mountain Sealey and Chris Breezy Sealey. And it's a breezy day in the beautiful Virgin Islands. And we have violence plaguing our community. It's clear, it's obvious. Not too many conversations with individuals who have directly been impacted by that violence, and that's what we're going to attempt to do today. No matter how tough times are in the Virgin Islands, you will always look around and still see the beauty of it. Since August 1st, the day this incident happened, what do views like this mean to you?
Well, views like this just mean so much more, you know. In order for me to recover and get back to where I was before the incident, I have to do a lot of walking, and when I walk, I just observe the nature and really appreciate it. You know, really appreciate living on this beautiful island and enjoy it for what it's worth, you know.
I know one of the things right after the incident that you messaged me was you wanted to clear your name and let people know that you wasn't involved in any extracurricular activity that brought this on. Why is that important to you and to you as well, Charles?
It's very important to me, being that I was a role model for a lot of, you know, up and coming young ones in the Virgin Islands. That's one. You know, I into like different sports like refereeing, coaching, stuff like that, throwing events. I also a big part of the Vivid streaming community.
Yes, sir.
And I definitely want to keep the brand in good grace. I want to keep the brand up there, stuff like that. So I don't want people to get a wrong idea about Breezy. You know, I don't want people to think like, yeah, Rash just, you know, find this dude. And nah, I don't want people to think that. Honestly, we were just minding our own business when the incident happened, and it was just a big misunderstanding and accident.
All right. So now, Charles, let's get you involved in the conversation. I mean, you weren't impacted like Chris was. I mean, you weren't shot, but you were obviously in the situation, which gives you a little different perspective, maybe. First cousins, family. What was it like for you on that night? Because even afterwards, there were people who were like, maybe Mountain knows something, you know what I mean? And there were those kind of buzzwords going around. What was it like for you?
For me, it's like that night, it is still running through my head every single day. I can still see it, feel it, hear it, you know? It messes with me mentally, you know? Because we grew up with each other from small. He's my best friend, first cousin, family. If you know Chris, you know Mountain. If you know Mountain, it's Chris.
Right.
Everybody know that, you know? So it's like, seeing this man in my hand, in the middle of the street bleeding out, telling me he ain't gonna make it. Like...
No, I could see the emotion, and could hear the emotion in you. But it's not a conversation we don't get to have with individuals who lose friends or friends who are involved in shooting incidents. We don't really get to talk to those individuals, and for some reason we kind of neglect the human element and the feelings that victims have and the friends of victims have. So this is a very valuable conversation that we have in here today. Now let's take it to August 1, the night of the incident. A couple of cruisions in St. Thomas. This isn't a St. Thomas St. Croix thing. We're just trying to set the table of what we're going on, where you were, what happened, why it happened.
Yeah, the environment, the place, the setting where everything I thought was in St. Thomas. St. Thomas is actually where I went to school, so I have a lot of ties in St. Thomas. I feel comfortable going over there, been over there frequently since I graduated from school. Me and my cousin was deciding to take a trip. It was you could say it's a business trip because we didn't get to have the conversation that we had the other night. Right. So that was the conversation that we had the other night.
So you guys actually came to St. Thomas to meet with me?
Right.
But when you land, I was going to St. Croix. It's a long story.
It's a long story. So we were at St. Thomas, so we were basically looking for something to do, and Charles had a couple of friends. I invited us to like spend some time wherever, and I was the person driving at the time. So we was at a stoplight and the light was taking forever to change.
This is by Niski.
Right, by Niski, yeah. So I was like, you want to just drive since you already know where the place is? And he was like, cool. So immediately after I opened the door to get out of the vehicle.
So now, when you pull up, the car where the shooter was, where was the car? Relative to you pulling up, where was the car?
You on the driver's side.
The car was already there. People thinking that one of the stuff that asking was somebody following y'all, but no, we actually pull up next to the car.
Right. So it was 11 o'clock in the night, you know, and I understand that like there's a lot of violence going on, especially on both islands. And I can understand people could be a little paranoid and frantic. So
you pulled up and jumped out the car?
Yeah, I just opened the door and I was about to jump out the car. And then shots started to get fired. So I immediately felt something right here, you know. Right here is where I get shot. And I immediately yelled out. So he was kind of confused as to why I was screaming. But I closed the door immediately after that. So like, gunshots continued to fire and then the person sped off.
And then from there he was screaming. When the car left, he came out the car. I run around the car. I grab him. I watch it, he bleeding out right here. I screaming for help.
Yeah, we were there.
Screaming for help. For like, I kid you not, 5 minutes, nobody, cars passing, watching us, nobody helping. He holding me, he telling me he ain't gonna make it, take care of his son.
Right.
Screaming, he passing out, I got a sloppy wake, keep you up. I calling, cars literally stopping and watching we, you know, and nobody trying to help us out, nothing. I had to rest here on the floor and look for my phone to call 911. When I call them, they ain't come. They take them 10 minutes to come. Then when they come, it take the ambulance another 10 minutes to come. So for at least 20 minutes, this man was just in my arms, fighting for his life, and I trying my best to keep him alive.
Yeah.
But nobody there trying to help us. We in the middle of the street, and nobody helping us. The man constantly telling me take care of his son, he ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
I have to get a man, I have to tell the man you gonna make it. I here for you. I've been by his side since we been small, and I talking to him, you know, telling him keep your eye on me, keep your eyes open, your eye rolling, keep slapping him.
Yeah.
And I doing this for like 20 minutes.
Right.
And then the first police officer come, and then we went from there.
I know, realistically, in times like that, I am sure 10 minutes feel like 20. So, you know, I mean, it could be 20, it could be 10, but again, in a case like that, you want it to be immediate.
Yeah.
So we understand that feeling of urgency.
Yeah, the reason I was so like negative, like I wasn't going to make it is because like I was like spitting out blood. So I think in the back of my head, like from time you spitting out blood, I usually think it's over, you know, from the movies I watch.
From the movies you watch.
Yeah. I just like, yeah, and then I was getting like super sleepy. Like if anybody experiencing near-death situations, just my advice to you, just try and stay awake, you know, because I was getting so tired, like I was just ready to just go sleep. But I was fighting it, like he said, he was keeping me up, and then after a while I had to keep myself up, but I left for him, you know, so.
So now in hindsight, and realizing that maybe if you was there by yourself and this incident occurred, for whatever reason, you jump out the car to get something from the back seat. You know, if Charles wasn't there to look out for you like he has been all your life, you might not be here right now.
Yeah,
what does that feel like? How often do you think about that? You know, I mean, how many times do you reflect and say, man, I almost wasn't here. I almost wasn't there to provide for my son. What that feels like?
Man, it's tough, especially when I first came back, St. Croix, you know, from being hospitalized for 10 days, I was really thinking about that same thing, what you said, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I was really fortunate to have my cousin there with me to help me through it, you know, and I really appreciate him for that, and he doesn't already know that it's love, you know, so definitely.
All right, so now your road to recovery, what was that like? What was the treatment like at the St. Thomas Hospital at Schneider Regional? What did your recovery entail?
First and foremost, shout out to all the nurses, the hospital over in St. Thomas, you know. Every last one of them that dealt with me are very, very nice and very, very caring, and I appreciate them because they was my family for those 10 days. I didn't have anyone, like, I didn't see anyone, like Charles was the last person I saw that was family or somebody I knew. Everybody was strangers, everybody was people I just saw.
And the reason for that, I mean, in a near-death experience,
Yeah.
no matter what, even though you realize, well, there's COVID-19 protocol,
Right.
it still must be a
It was tough.
disconcerting feeling that
Right.
nobody can come and visit.
It was tough. It was tough. Probably, shit, I would say up there, top 2 hardest things I ever had to deal with in my life. And it's bad enough you in pain. It's bad enough that you connected to all kind of different wires. I had a tube in my lung, you know, that was connected to a tank. And every time I had to use the bathroom, I had to pick it up and walk with it. And before that, you know, when I woke up from surgery, I was like, yo, I needed to use the bathroom. And I said, go ahead. Because they done already were connected to me all down there and stuff like that. So it was tough. I mean, I was in pain all over, you know, in order for them. Because for you guys who don't know, the bullet hit the lung, so it collapsed. And then it traveled to my small intestine and then my stomach. So in order for them to work on me and to perform surgery on me, they had to open up right here from my chest down, and they did surgery there. So right here, right now currently it gave me some pain, and of course the wound where I got shot right here, right outside of my lung, I feel pain too to this day. So it was tough not seeing anybody being in pain, hungry and thirsty all the time, but can't eat and can't drink because I ain't ready yet for those things. So it was hell.
I know, in the beginning, were you even ready for conversation? I know we're talking like it would have been cool to have people visit.
Right.
I guess you're forced to talk to people, loved ones. But in the very beginning, were you even interested in having conversations? Or?
I mean, it was overwhelming at first because I didn't get, when I finally received my phone, it was like I was getting like calls and messages from like all my platforms and my phone number, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat.
And you're a very popular guy on social media.
Right. So it's like everybody was reaching
Because I was
out.
your secretary for a couple of days.
Right.
Everybody was
messaging.
asking, man, what going on with Breezy? Is it true?
Yeah, man. I don't know. But yeah, it was overwhelming at first, but at the same time, I think like each and every one of you guys who reached out, each and every one of you guys who prayed for me and channeled you guys' energy toward me and toward me getting better. I honestly believe you guys are the reason why I'm standing up here today. You know, shout out to the surgeon, same way, shout out to the doctors that performed on me and work on me, but I honestly believe like all the prayers and all the people that reached out and all the love, I honestly believe like that helped me not only to get over the surgery, but with my recovery. Cause a lot of people watching me like, how you recovering so fast? You know, like how you talking and moving around so fast? Like you just got shot August 1st, we like mid-September. So yeah, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys.
All right, so now let's backtrack to the incident.
Okay.
One time.
Okay.
If you was to see the shooter right now, would you recognize them? Was this somebody that you knew? This was just a random act, random person?
That's the thing, like Charles said, we had just pull up to the stoplight. I don't even recall like the car, or I couldn't even see the shooter. Everything was just so dark. So no, to be honest, I really don't know. Like if this, like he could be the cameraman right now, I wouldn't even know it's him.
Charles, same thing for you?
I don't know who it is or the situation. I don't know if the person was like on edge or whatever.
Right.
I mean, it's the middle of the night.
Right.
And somebody opening the door for a car, so I don't know if they're on edge or what's going on with their life.
All right. Now, sadly, when we put it in perspective, I think we could understand. Certainly one of those situations that we wish never happened at all. But considering all what you just said, the recovery may seem miraculous. When I was there 10 days after to see you walk out the hospital, I can't describe that feeling to you, what I felt like for me.
Well, for me, I could honestly say like, man, my heart will just jump into just see somebody I actually know. Like, Rashidi will tell you, like, I was smiling from cheek to cheek when I exited the hospital in my little wheelchair.
Yeah, man. So me and Dixie Ann was there.
Yeah.
Waiting for you to come out.
Shout out to Dixion.
Shout out. For
She
sure.
is really, really, really big in all of this. Like, she was like there talking to like the physicians and the sergeants and making sure, like giving me the updates and calling my family, and she was making all the right calls and doing all the right things. So shout out to Aunt Dixie. Love you a lot. Appreciate you and everything you've done.
All right. Now, as we move past the incident itself, I know Brianna had lost her life in St. Thomas.
Bria, yeah.
Bria,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So you actually made a song about that. So this is something that's impacted you previously.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like you, she was innocent.
Right. Around the same area.
Around the same area. But now the perspective that she didn't make it, you made it. This incident could have clearly ended totally different. You are a very public figure, Charles as well. You guys have a very big social media following. What do you think we could do as a community to curb what's happening? What do you guys plan to do directly to curb what's going on with gun violence in this community?
I was watching a live from Bugsy a while back, not too long ago, probably a month ago. He made out some valid points where the young people are doing a lot of killing and dying and all them stuff. They don't know nobody. Like for us, we had all type of sports. We had tournaments. We had Ronald Charles. We had hood hoops. So I know everybody from West.
Right.
I know everybody from East. I know boys them is them Westman.
Right.
I know I get them when team all of that. So we know everybody, we competing, and then not only that, we have a dream. We all cherish the same dream. And today, like, I know because of the COVID situation, ain't nothing going on. But before the COVID situation, they didn't have no leagues, they didn't have much going on. So these kids, they didn't have no vision, they didn't have no dreams. So it's easy for them to get manipulated in doing something that they ain't supposed to do. Because most of the time you will say, oh, they ain't had a father, or they in the projects, this and that. Now, it's a heap of kids that have good family. But the problem is they don't have a dream. They don't have people that are mentoring them or something to motivate them. Because me growing up, I had basketball. Basketball was a big reason why I wanted to go to school. Because I never liked school. I never wanted to be in school. But basketball motivated me to do school, do what I gotta do. If I don't make good grades, I can't play on the basketball team. And then I feel like as far as like a change, like whenever we have like whenever the COVID stuff go away or whatever, just be a part of the youth community and doing more stuff for the kids. Try bring a lot more sports, not just basketball, but baseball, whatever.
And I think that's what we're missing. I think that people don't even realize that there is a connection.
No, I'm telling you, sports is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man. I mean,
It's a
the
beautiful
little
thing.
league programs ain't like what they used to be. Basketball programs ain't like what they used to be. And crime and violence ain't what it used to be. And I feel like that's the common denominator in some of this. Of course, you're going to have people who go astray, clearly.
Right.
But the void of these things and the importance that we put on sports, or the lack thereof, contributes to some of what we have going on in our community. So I'm going to put you on the spot. Well, you already know. You didn't have much of a choice. But we're going to start back Hood Hoops. This leadership, the top brass of the Virgin Islands Police Department, has said they're going to support our efforts once we start back
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them. I appreciate it.
Definitely. And we can't do it without them. And we have to recognize the importance of the police department in things like this. So whereas when we start, people going to say, hey, Miss on the turf, too hot, on the street, too hot. Like, we're going to go in there with the best of the best officers. We're going to police escort in, police escort out. And you'll be surprised, man, the respect that these athletes have for each other
Yeah.
and from the communities that they participate in. Now,
When we ain't got a chance to say what
What you have to say?
Yeah, I didn't got a chance to say. Yeah, you brought up Bria, and when I first come back to St. Croix, I just used to listen to that same song that I wrote over and over again because I always used to bring tears to my eye. Even now that I actually going through it and that I survive. So a lot of times when that happened, you know, Bria, one of my great, good friends, like she was one of the reasons I even went to St. Thomas to play ball, because I went to St. Thomas like to meet her and get to know her and stuff like that. And not playing, shooting some hoops in the gym one day, and like somebody that used to run the sports or whatever, he see me playing, and somebody told him like, yeah, he actually is a UVA student but over in St. Croix. So he was like, yeah, we gotta get you over here next semester. And that's how I end up. So like she opened the St. Thomas door for me. So I always, well not always, but after the situation happened to me, I was thinking why I'm here and she's not. You know what I mean? Why I'm here and she's not. So I want to use, you know, me surviving to like reach out to the youth, you know, spread my story and talk to people about gun violence, how we can avoid it. And like Charles said, I feel sports is a very beautiful thing, and I feel sports go eliminate a large percentage of the violence and deaths that's going on in the Virgin Islands. So I want to be able to put my hands in it. And also, I'm a communication minor, and I also
well, if
have
you listen to you, you're a communication major. You're really good at what you do.
Right, so I'm on the radio, and I want to be able to just use that platform to just promote positivity and open doors and gates and whatever you want to call it for the youth man them coming up, so they could have a dream or something to look forward to and see like the streets ain't the only option, you know. So.
Right. I know you brought in the communication aspect of things and working on radio, online radio at Vivid Streaming, which I'm the owner of, and this ain't a shameless plug for it, but you are exceptional at what you do.
Right.
You have taken your voice to social issues and concerns as recently as the WAPA attorney firing.
Right.
You guys were out there protesting.
Right.
And I have been getting countless questions as to when and if Breezy and Project 321 return into Vivid Streaming.
That always been like number one for me. That always been my dream and my goal, you know, to be on the radio, to talk, to have fun, get paid for having fun and stuff like that. So definitely Project 321 still alive. So I definitely gonna be back with the Vivid Streaming team and getting back to the shows and stuff like that. Also, me and my cousin, we working on something, a podcast as well on Vivid Streaming. Same way, gonna have their hands in it as well. So guys, just look out for me, look out for my cousin, look out for Russ, look out for the whole team. Vivid Streaming ain't done here, we just getting started.
All right, now we could put a timetable on that.
Right now we in mid-September. I bought this, supposed to be this Sunday. So yeah, so I was projecting to get back probably that same Monday, if not the following week, so I could get my team together. So like probably like end of September-ish,
I know,
should be back on the project.
With your birthday coming up, how special this birthday going to be?
Shoot. I mean, I never really used to rank my birthdays high or nothing. Never really used to be anything special. It used to be cool because I used to be around family and stuff, but this one will be super special because I almost didn't make it.
No huge party, COVID-19.
No huge party. Just a little gathering.
All right, and the gathering gonna be enough with friends and family?
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Seeing friends and family that have been praying for me and pushing for me to make it, more likely gonna be around.
I know. This is my opportunity to put you on the spot right here. And of course, clearly happy to see how it all turned out. Really wish it didn't happen at all. But I think we could build on this sad situation and turn it into something positive for the kids of the Virgin Islands, for you as well. And I asked a communication question earlier in the conversation because I did have a doctor come and look and check on you. And the doctor called me and is like, "You sure you know this guy?" Because at that time you were like, "Man, I just want I need nothing right now. I offered to send you some good food. Anything I could have said, I would have done.
Yeah.
She was like, man, just say you don't feel like talking right now.
Yeah, it was rough, trust me, it was rough. Like, in the beginning, it was rough, like, you know? I ain't want to put the cameraman in the spot, but he ain't returning his calls neither. Like, everybody was reaching out, but it was just a tricky time for me. Like, my mind, it was just tough, you know? It was just tough. And like, it's only recently I could say that I really feeling more joyful and happy and ready for the world again. It was kind of hard, you know?
And anybody that know you is nothing but joy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it really like sucked everything out of me, the whole situation. So, yeah, like getting out of bed in pain. If I eat 2 fish nuggets, I full. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a whole bunch of like trial, but I getting closer and closer to 100%. Not there yet, but getting closer and closer to that, and it's very encouraging. So knowing that I gonna be at least somewhat where I was before the incident, that brings a lot of joy and happiness to my heart. So I'm gonna talk more the next time he sent the doctor to talk.
All right, so if you guys had an opportunity to speak directly to the camera and say something to the young people of the Virgin Islands, to even say something to the shooter in this incident, what would it be? Charles?
For the young people, the streets ain't everything, you know? Like, wall big. It's a big wall. There's so much you can do, you know? Well, with the shooter, I don't know who the shooter is. I don't have much to say about the shooter, so.
Chris?
To the youths of the Virgin Islands, and whoever watching, I just want to let you guys know that there's opportunities out there for you guys, and I'm going to use everything in my power, these 3 men right here as well, to like open some more doors for you so you can have more gates and passageways to where you need to get. To the shooter, just be more careful, you know, with firearms and stuff like that, because it would have been a devastating blow to like my family and to a lot of Virgin Islanders if I didn't make it. And I went through a lot, you know. This is life changing, so you just gotta think about those things before you pull the trigger.
Is there anything else that you guys want to add in closing?
Love alone, you know what I'm saying? I ain't have no revenge or malice in my heart. Even though what happened to me. A lot of people will be like, man, can't believe that happened. I want to seek revenge. I want to look for whoever do it. Nah, I just happy to be alive. I just happy to be here today. And I just keep questioning why I'm still here. And I feel now more than ever, I know why I'm still here. And that's to open doors to the up-and-coming generation and the generation after that. So looking forward to working with you, and looking forward to working with you, and you know we have to do to make the Virgin Islands a better and safer place.
Charles?
For me is cherish your family, cherish your loved ones. Like, you're not gonna get back tomorrow. And I can't, what's it? It's touching for me because it's like, when the situation happened with him, so much of my family reach out that I ain't even talk to in so long. I know you have your parents, and I feel all young adults or teens, your mother always be like, when the last time you talked to your auntie this or you or this or that? And then you were like, you know, so I don't know, and you don't know how important that is, you know? Because I talked to so much family. The minute I reach back St. Christ, I see so much of my family I ain't seen in a long time, and there's so much love they have for you, you know? And it's like, you never want to wait until somebody die. I could have do this better, I could have do that better. No, do it now while they're alive, you know? Cherish your family, cherish the people that love you. That's advice I can give to people, you know, at simple texts. How you doing, how you been, you know? And they will love it and appreciate it, because it's like, especially, and I'm mainly talking about family that are older than you, because these are the same family that see you from small. and grow up into an adult. And a simple text is all they want, you know?
Yeah.
So cherish your family, cherish people that love you, care about you. That's just about it.
Well, I think that's a great way to close the conversation. Charles, Chris, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this situation, this
I appreciate
conversation,
you.
which was very necessary.
I appreciate you.
Catch a plane to be here. Don't worry. Me, you, and that doctor in Windmill 2.0 go discuss
Sound like a plan. Sound like a plan.
what our friendship really means, man. So, big respect, guys. A big respect to Ludwig, Big Sealey as well.
For sure.
Your moms, the whole family that got behind of you and your recovery.
Yeah, love you guys.
And Charles and your support. So, I think this was a story that needed to be told. Unfortunately, a conversation that we never really had. We take for granted the post-traumatic stress of these kind of situations when it happens to some of our other individuals in the community. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you again real soon on Vivid Streaming.
I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it, let it take you away. And be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way.